Yeah, unfortunately, injuries and from both our teams' perspective, me being
Part
a
of the game.
Dolphins fan, you being a Chicago Bears fan, we know a little something about injuries. Like
Yeah.
it happens. You got to play through it, and it's not like they don't have assets around those other players that got injured. You understand? Like so, these teams, like we've been seeing them, they've been struggling season, with staying healthy and all that. But man, it's man, it was today was playoff football. Like this last game, this is what playoff football is about.
Yeah. So like I said, the defense definitely is, that is unfortunate that what I'm
Yeah,
saying they couldn't roll out there. They're close to their best team, but like I said, you still won 15 games. You still win against another professional team, and so as far as because we're going to talk about the Commanders, but as far as with the Lions, what do you see? Like, okay, they still can put up, points. I think Montgomery came back, their other running back, so they still got that 2 running back attack. They still got a top 10 receiver in Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
They got a great receiving core, I should say, because they got a couple of good weapons. Goff is a professional, is a grown up at quarterback, so they're still going to be good. And I think they're going to come back next year healthier. I'm still not going to sleep on them. But
yeah, I think with them, what it is, and this is going to be kind of crazy to say, they need to either commit to them being that run at you, going to destroy you with those 2 running back teams, or figure out if they want Goff to be that throwing quarterback. Because I feel like there's times in the games where they don't know what to do, so then that's when we start seeing these trick plays and all this stuff, yeah. So we start seeing that stuff because mind you, they have the assets to be that type of team, but they're not all bought in. You have to be bought in. Like for instance, we all know when Lamar gets into trouble, what's he gonna do? He's gonna run that ball, right? Or you have Derrick Henry right behind you. They need to figure out is there quote unquote thing to do? Is it give it to Gibbs, give it to Montgomery? Is this going to be how we're going to start our offense, or are we starting with getting Amon St. Brown, Laporta and all that? Because it's like we're saying they have weapons. It's
they got weapons. Jamison Williams, Tim
James
Patrick.
Willis, yeah. Raymond was popping off today as well. Shout out to him. Like it's just a matter of what scheme are you guys going to buy all in? And the thing is, you have the best coach to have you buy into one scheme. And I'm actually surprised that this is how they ended, because that's all. When we saw the Hard Knocks and all that with Detroit, that's all we heard. We heard about, this is what we want to do. This is what we're going to, but on the field, it just looked very not discombobulated, but kind of like they didn't know what they wanted to do.
One thing we said in our chat as well is these like you said, you touched on the trick plays, like.
Yeah.
And again, it's cool when it works. Like it's all cute and stuff.
It shouldn't be your go-to. It shouldn't be your go-to.
It's like at the end of the day, bro, it's like you have, again, just this wonderful rushing attack. And I understand this whole 4th and 1 going on 4th and 1, 4th and 2. That's going to catch up on both of these teams. First off, let me just put it out there like that. Both of these teams, that's how, next for the Commanders, that's going to be their downfall next week, because I think they're going to play the Eagles. But we'll see. But you can't take so many of these chances, bro, because that's gonna come back to bite you. It's just in my opinion. And we see with the Lions, at the end of the day, you can't rely on this. We're gonna go for a 4th down every time. It could be a philosophy, but at the end of the day, man, just line up and hit the other team in the mouth, man. That's
the thing is with we were saying it with Baltimore, man. Like they have the king. Use that. Here you have 2 of the best running backs with Gibbs and Montgomery this season. Like, why didn't we not see? I understand it's Montgomery's first game back, but like you have your 2 Titans together, healthy, ready to play. Like we should have seen more. There was times where Gibbs was just breaking out, and he had that. That big drive that led to the touchdown. Like, we should have seen more of that. I feel like they kept on trying to figure out, like, what they wanted to do. Because they started off gun-ho, and then they kind of just stepped off the pedal for a little bit.
But, and like I said, overall, though, I think offense is I wouldn't say like the least of their worries, but because when you look at turnovers, as we have the stats up here,
Yeah.
Again, Jared Goff, I say, he's an adult at quarterback, but 3 interceptions is 3 interceptions. They have 5 turnovers overall. The Commanders did not turn the ball over. I mean, again, at the end of the day, playoff football, you can go for it on 4th down all you want and do all these cute plays and stuff. But if you turn the ball over and the other team don't, you're likely going to lose.
100%.
So, I guess the final question with them is that, okay, we know they have all the weapons. I think they're going to be healthier on defense next year. And they're going to be another 10, 11 win team. You kind of could pencil them in for, I think, those wins. But is Goff going to be that answer? I mean, this is what the Rams had to ask themselves 4 or 5 years ago. Is Goff really that guy when you got to have it? Because I keep seeing these turnovers popping up.
I think at this point you're committed, to him. I think what they need to do is definitely work on that O-line. That O-line needs to get a little bit better. I say you're kind of stuck right now with him. You have to. I mean, he's gotten you this far, which some would say it's not far enough, but he works in that system, and they're comfortable with him. It's just a matter of you need to protect him more. And once he feels protected, I feel like that's when he will ascend. He would actually be a lot better when it comes to turnovers.
Yeah, low key, it is maybe a weird take for some people, but like early in the season, with my Bears, obviously I watch every one of their games. And early on, Caleb, our rookie quarterback, Caleb Williams, he was having games where it was like, 157 passing yards, like 19 attempts, no touchdowns, no picks. And it was just like, it was very pedestrian. I was like, okay, he's a rookie, he's learning and stuff like that. But then what we learned throughout the season was he wasn't taking chances with the ball, where it was like, I kind of rather him have a little interception in there, but he has 300 passing yards and a couple of touchdowns because you're gunning it. And I think with Goff, the thing with him is that he's not afraid to gun it in there.
Yeah.
But, maybe this was like desperate football for him because we've seen him have these multiple turnovers before. And I think I want to chalk his interceptions up to that he was playing desperate football. And that's not him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to say with Goff.
Our chat's funny, man. They're trying to come at me with the Joy Taylor stuff right now.
That's that Miami connection. Yeah. But yeah, so like I said with the Lions, this is kind of their eulogy. Again, 15 wins, your best season franchise ever. This is kind of where you peak at, though, because I don't see you coming back and sweeping up the league like this next year. But I think you're still going to be a competitive playoff level team, and can't wait to face off. My Bears face off against y'all. But that's one story. The Commanders, though, we got to give some love to the Commanders here. Man, Jaden Daniels, he's everything is advertised. I mentioned, again, my rookie Caleb Williams. It's like, wow, to see the poise Jaden Daniels have. Not saying we totally miss, because I think Caleb Williams is a pro. I think they both gonna be all pros in the future. But man, Jaden Daniels already gets it as a quarterback, and he made all the smart decisions, ran when he had to, made the smart throws. This is how you say you make a team better. Yeah. You're seeing it with Jaden Daniels. This is MVP level type of play, man, from a rookie.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch because you like, for instance, comparing to Caleb Williams, you saw the stress of all those years of, you guys had to deal with the Chicago Bears, kind of be on his shoulders. It was kind of like he was holding, had the world on his shoulders this whole season for Caleb Williams.
And he did break every rookie franchise record, every Bears plays. So I'm just throwing it out there.
He did. But you definitely saw
very stressful.
How stressful it was, the frustration. Whereas with Daniels, man, he's just having fun out there, man.
Yep.
And sometimes as a rookie, it's okay to just go out there and have fun. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I mean, you can call me out if I'm wrong here. I have not seen a rookie as poised, as comfortable in this situation that I haven't seen that. I would kind of say pretty much in my lifetime. I really haven't seen that ever in a quarterback position as well, coming into the league and just taking it by storm like that. I mean, I know a lot of people may compare it to last year's Houston team, but you still had that question mark.
Well, it's not a bad comparison though, as far as like a rookie quarterback coming in and getting to the playoffs, winning playoff games. That's not a bad comparison. RG3 back in the day, he got injured in the playoffs, but RG3 came in coincidentally with the Washington franchise and took the league by storm because everyone's like, "Oh, Andrew Luck," but RG3 was really the new hotness. But his knee got destroyed right in the playoffs. But like you said. It's one thing to be like, okay, the total transformation of the franchise in 1 year, one off season. I've never seen a quarterback come in again this poise, and this. I'm just going to say it. This was the best because if it ends next week, or this dude has a chance to go to the Super Bowl, but this has been the best rookie quarterback because I thought C.J. Stroud was last year. I thought that was the best rookie, just QB season. That I've seen where you just and we'll go into more factors, but just and then you saw he ran to Lamar.
That's kind of crazy. Lost, so. I would like to add to that though, with the comparison thing. So with Stroud last season, we like you just said, he had one of the best seasons as a QB as a rookie, but you still had that asterisk near him. This season, even if all said and done, next week they go in, the Commanders give it all they got and they lose. There's no asterisk near Daniels. Like you can see that he could still improve, which is crazy. Like to me, in a sense, and maybe it's just me because I was really disappointed with how that first game went. It seems like Stroud has kind of peaked to where he's going to be. That's just me from what I'm seeing. He looks very unaware out there as a QB, and it's just like some of the things that Daniels is doing out there, like. Some of the veterans in the league right now are still having issues with seeing their surroundings and seeing the person that's open and stuff. So I mean, that's it's just crazy to me.
Yeah, and with Daniels too. I mean, and of course, I mean, the QB gets all the praise and all the blame at times as well. So Jaden. I mean, he is this good. I think this is what he's going to be, and if he gets more weapons, like. That team's going to be really scary because I mean McLaurin McLaurin's a really good I say he's the top 30 receiver. I would give McLaurin. I don't think he's like top 10. I don't think he's like.
I think he could get reliable. There. I think he could get there with having Daniels on him. Not anytime soon.
He could be that reliable guy. Yeah, he could be there. And have that rapport with him. And then I just think if they get like a true burner on that team or a guy that really, I'm talking about like elite, like running routes, elite,
like a Devontae
elite
Adams?
Speed, elite hands, things. McLaurin's like he's good in all this stuff, but like I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is clearly a better receiver than him, better route runner, better hands, you see what I'm saying? So I don't mind McLaurin, you know what I'm saying? It's just he could be that other guy, but. Yeah, but anyway, that's one thing there. But the organization of the Commanders, the new coaching staff, they got a good offensive play caller. So they're using all these weapons and they're using the strength of Jaden Daniels. So, like I said, they're only going to get better, which I think is really scary for the rest of the league. So we'll see. I mean, next week we'll talk about the other matchup in a little bit here for this weekend and who they could play next week. In a low-key way, I mean, everyone wants their underdogs, right? Every season, every team don't make it. So sometimes people want to latch on to either the favorites or the underdogs. And so you Cinderella people, Commanders, that's your team, going forward in these playoffs. So that was a late game, and I think that was the headline stiller because it was such a upset. But the earlier game, I guess more of the same with the Kansas City Chiefs. They took care of business at home with tough-nosed defense, timely throws by Mahomes, and the Texans it seemed like they was fighting uphill the entire game, and like they were just happy just to kind of be in it. And the Chiefs just kind of did what they did all for the last 3 years.
Yeah, and maybe a lot of it too for my disappointment is allowing ESPN to hype me up for this game, because I feel like before the playoffs even started, everyone was like, yeah, Houston's done. Then all of a sudden they won that big game last week, and it's like, oh yeah, Houston's back. And they were talking about, they may be the one to dethrone. So like, I guess I got caught in the midst of it all, but I was very disappointed, man. Like to only put up 2 touchdowns. First of all, in the first half, like that was probably one of the most boring football games I've seen. Just field goals and back and forth, and then and the whole hoopla with these refs, and I don't know how much the Chiefs are paying them or whatever it is, but it just wasn't playoff football to me, man. And like even at the end, and people may look at me and say that that's crazy, like why would you do that? But like having a whole 10 seconds left on the clock, I mean, yeah, you're down, what was it, 9 points? Like, it's your last game of the season, man. You don't kneel down. You finish the season. You finish it. Even if it's you throwing an interception, you finish that thing. And that really, especially a young team like that. I know they didn't have Diggs. I know they were hurt and stuff like that. But to be honest with you, even if they had Diggs, I don't think it would have made a difference, because Stroud could not shoot the ball, throw the ball. Like he my basketball references started to come out there, because it was just how frustrating it is, because it felt like every time he was out on that field, he didn't know what he was doing. I don't know. It was kind of hard to watch, especially after the season they had last year.
But this was a defensive battle for sure. If you made any big plays on the offensive side, you were ahead of the curve this entire game, and the Chiefs just kept making those plays. In the first half, the Texans, Stroud made a few good throws to Nico Collins and tight end Dalton Schultz, and then I didn't really see that explosiveness in the second half. They did run the ball really well, though, the Texans, picking up Mixon, all-pro running back. But like you said, you could tell certain plays where it's like, dang, if he had Tank Dell out there who's out with an injury, man, if he had Stephon Diggs over there, who's been out for half the year, this could have been a different game. But, we deal with what we have, right?
No, yeah,
and
yeah,
the Chiefs, the Chiefs, my goodness, like they have this Chiefs formula. The Chiefs have officially entered this rarefied air in my eyes, where I hate the team. When growing up, you mentioned the basketball references. I'm a Lakers fan, so the Bulls. Michael Jordan, he broke through and beat my team, Lakers. Magic Johnson's last run, pretty much, for his first. Jordan got his first championship. Then they won the next year. It's like, oh, okay, that's good for the Bulls. They finally got a couple of championships. Yeah. Then these fools just kept winning. I was like, no, hold on. Like, y'all ended my dynasty, and then y'all just want to win 6 championships now? Like, what?
Yeah.
I want to see them lose. You know what I'm saying? So I just got tired of seeing the Bulls win. And that feeling wasn't matched until I saw the Belichick Brady Patriots, and they just kept winning. And I'm like, I'm tired of this.
Y'all see the frustration coming out of Sil right now.
When I lived in Indianapolis for some time, and that's when they had the Super Bowl. The Giants played the Patriots, right? And that was the helmet catch was in Phoenix, Arizona. That's when the Giants beat the Patriots, that perfect Patriots team. Then they played. The Patriots and Giants played again, and that was in my city at that time, Indianapolis. And I was just all out cheering against the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain teams. And so with the Chiefs, I have a weird relationship with the Chiefs. This used to be a team I used to root for. Yeah. When they had the other quarterbacks they had before, and they had weapons and things like that. And then Patrick Mahomes comes in one day, right? And
Kermit the Frog.
all of a sudden he starts his second season because I remember they traded up and drafted him number 10 in the draft. And I think, was that the same draft? That wasn't the same draft as Lamar, wasn't that? That was a year later, I think. But the point is, and also with my Bears, we got Miss Trubisky, and we could have drafted Patrick Mahomes, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. But everyone said, oh, Mahomes, he has a lively arm. And he sat out that whole season, right? And then he played probably the last game. He comes in the next season, tears the league up, over 4,000 passing yards, the 40 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill is a monster. Kelsey, I was excited to see this Chiefs team come up. You know what I'm saying? And then they face the Patriots that year in the playoff. I was cheering for the Chiefs. I was like, take out Brady, and they lose to Brady in the playoffs. So I was like, man, I want to see the Chiefs win, man. I like, their weapons and everything, right? And so you fast forward, the Chiefs, finally break through. I was happy to see them win that first ring. And then they get back to the playoffs. They get back to the Super Bowl, and they play Brady when he was with Tampa Bay. So I'm cheering for the Chiefs. It's like, destroy this. I hate seeing Brady win. And the Chiefs got destroyed, right? The Chiefs got destroyed now. So I'm cheering for the Chiefs. And they get clipped by Joe Burrow and the Bengals a year after that. And
Shout
I'm just,
Mr. Wesley over here, go Bills.
Yeah, and then and so finally with the Chiefs, they get back to the Super Bowl. They and probably win. They trade away Tyreek Hill, but then go back to the Super Bowl and probably win against the Eagles, which I actually thought the Eagles should have won that Super Bowl. And I was like, okay, Chiefs, like great run, right? You're sort of a dynasty. Your story's kind of over. These fools come back with a worse receiving core and win again. I'm just like let's stop. Okay, let's chill. Okay, I cheered for y'all like 3 years ago.
15-2 is crazy.
It's someone else's turn, bro. Like y'all can't keep winning like this. And so they come out here. Patrick Mahomes, he's not even on the Pro Bowl this year. This is probably his worst statistical season ever. They have the best defense ever. None of the receivers caught the ball. Just Travis Kelce, who's a tight end. They just find ways. I'm tired of seeing them win. But what makes it extra, because it could be how you just win, you know what I'm saying? You just better than everyone, right? Because Mahomes makes heck of a throws. Like he can throw off platform. He does crazy stuff, right? Very talented. It's the refs, Carlos. This is why I'm upset. It's the refs. I saw something today, and we've been seeing it all year. Chiefs get the call. You see all the memes. You got the hater account, who's one of my favorite accounts, the Hater Report. Shout out to the Hater Report. They have some of the best memes of all this stuff.
They had the one with Drewski as Donovan Mitchell the other day.
But I saw all year, right? Even last year, probably even before that, people was like, "Oh, the refs is on the Chiefs side." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I mean that's funny. They kind of are, but yeah, just play ball, right? Play ball." Today, that first call, the Texans are playing the Chiefs even. You got Will Anderson Jr., who's a beast from Alabama. He's his second. He came in with Stroud. He's the edge rusher. He's a beast. He's probably the best player on the field actually today because he was getting that Stroud Mahomes all game. But he comes in up the middle. And everybody saw this play. Mahomes barely throws the ball away, and it's like boom, boom. Anderson hits him. Should be a clean play, right?
Yeah.
They say, oh, helmet to helmet. You saw the replay. Yeah. It literally was not helmet to helmet. And they gave the Chiefs the ball back.
But it was his own player. He hit his own player.
But that was a different one.
Oh, okay.
That was a different one. Yeah, it was the one where he came straight in and he hit Mahomes' shoulder. And Mahomes falls back and looks at the ref immediately. I was like, I hate this dude. I hate Mahomes. And they give him the flag. That's my problem, Carlos, is that I'm not mad the Chiefs are just finding ways to win. Because I think that they have, the best defense in the league. Their defense is crazy. But Mahomes don't even got to play good. He's got to make one or two couple throws to Kelsey or somebody, and they win. And then they get a couple calls from the ref. And I'm just tired of seeing it, bro. Now, the one you talking about was when he was running around and he did a late slide. Yeah. And the two Texans come in and hits each other, basically. Yeah. And they call a late hit. with that. But the most egregious thing, and I'm gonna turn it over to you here. But the most egregious thing was not even those whistles. It was the fact Mahomes was running. He's edging towards out of bounds, and he like stops, so they push him.
Yeah,
and he flops. He literally, I've never seen such an egregious flop in NFL history. And immediately at that point, I typed in the chat. I was like, I hate Patrick Mahomes. I do not want to see him win another game ever because I hate floppers. It's like that was the most egregious thing, bro. So I just had to explain my history with the Chiefs, why I turned into a hater in real time. Shout out to Mr. West Ashley in the chat, bro.
Oh, man. Hey, and guys, just to put this in perspective, he's a Laker fan, so he deals with flops all day with LeBron James. Like,
you know how I feel about LeBron. I'm a Lakers fan. LeBron can leave, okay?
LeBron can leave, yeah. Man, it's crazy. It's kind of like, Tom Brady retired and kind of just passed the baton to Patrick Mahomes, and now they couldn't win games against the Patriots, and now all of a sudden they're winning games
Patriots.
Yeah, like the Patriots. Like it's one of the craziest things. I definitely think it's more of the aspect of using the rules against the game, if that makes any sense. I mean, I hate that part because we even see it in basketball all the times. We see people going up for a three, they pump fake, trying to get the thing and then flop. Same thing with football. Now with all these rules and regulations, you can't hit here, you can't hit there. Now, as a, I guess you want to call him a veteran quarterback, he's looking for these things, and he's like, all right, I know he's gonna come at me this way, so I'm gonna react this way. Because again, so now me running, working I've worked for different sports organizations, playing, running my own basketball leagues and stuff like that, and so I've dealt with a lot of different types of refs, whether it's for volleyball, whether it's for basketball, football, so on and so forth. How they call these things, it's always the guy on the opposite side calling the play. And for basketball, it's a little bit easier to do that. For football, you have 3, maybe sometimes 4 refs out there. So it's always the 2 guys on the other side of the play. So if they make a certain move and in their line of vision, it looks like a call, they're going to call that. So all you have to do is know where your refs are, make the right flop, and you're going to get that call. And to me, it's the most, it's ugly because especially us now with how social media is, how the cameras are. There's cameras everywhere now. So we can see all this. This is stuff that players may have been doing back in the days. We just didn't have the access that we have now. So it's like, it is definitely, it sucks. It sucks, but I mean, there he goes.
Buddy Trey, we already touched on the Detroit. It's safe now, man. It's safe now.
we touched on your cats, bro. We touched on them, bro. It's all good.
Hey, good. Come join us, bro. We are here. We are here vacationing. You know what I'm saying? Rested up.
The Bears are laying on the sand. The Dolphins are in the water with the little tiki cups. Now you can come join us too. So come on.
Oh man. That's wild. But no, definitely, like I said, with this with the Chiefs, I mean, it is a total team effort. It doesn't always look pretty, and that's what I think irks a lot of people.
Yeah.
But with a team like the Chiefs, just like with the Patriots, you just have to jump on them, and you have to get the Chiefs on their heels. That's what Joe Burrow always does to them, the Bengals. You get them on their heels and make Mahomes have to run around in circles and make plays and things like that. And sometimes he does, but you can't. What the Texans did today, you can't play even or behind with the Chiefs. And one thing too, Stroud, like the Texans organization, let's get this man an offensive line.
Yes,
there was 3 plays in a row. He snaps the ball, and like. They're already as close as his microphone is to me. Like as soon as he snaps the ball, the defender is on him.
And I was definitely I was definitely I was frustrated with Stroud, but 100% he needs protection because
he had no time.
It got to a point to where he wasn't even he was playing like a running back out there. He got the ball and he was looking for protection. He was looking to run and it's just like, come on,
bro. Like when
he's
you
your
have a
franchise quarterback right now.
When you have a fourth, and they had this problem this whole season. So if they're going to take that next step, meaning, are we going to take you seriously? I mean, yeah, they showed with Stroud, they could win a wild card game. A lot of teams can't say that, right? I mean, I'm just saying. So that's good. That's a good thing. You have your quarterback, but all season they've had protection issues. If they don't address that, then they're just going to be a wild card team or worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get this dude killed. You know what I'm saying? Out there. When it's a fourth down, and he hikes the ball, and it's like, you got to make some kind of throw. He had nowhere to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And again, he had like 1 second before someone's in his face. That's impossible. Like, what are y'all doing out
and
there?
The thing is, too, is like, shout out to Collins. He did what he could out there. He tried to get open, and there was times where he had great plays, but
he was getting doubled.
Yeah. Like there's not much he could have done himself to get open out there. So it's like, who are those others that are going to step up? Joe Mixon had a great running day. Like stuff like that. Like we need to see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's when you will have a Diggs and a Tank Dell. So
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if any team could say, "Oh, we could just double your best weapon," it's like that's not fair because they know you don't have anyone else.
and to be fair, I really do think Houston pulled the trigger too fast on Deontay Johnson. They had signed him after the Ravens got rid of him. And even though he's not that top tier receiver or whatnot, he was still he still could have been another body for you to throw at out there. And especially with losing Tank and Diggs, I think they should not have pulled the trigger on him.
Yeah, they definitely could have used an extra body or two today for sure. So those games are in the book. Again, the Chiefs have advanced to their 7th straight AFC title game, which is crazy. That means every season Mahomes has started at quarterback, they've made it to the AFC title game. That's insane. That's actually insane. That is obviously a dynasty. That's beyond. They're the next Patriots. That's what this is till someone knocks them in the mouth. And then again, you have the Commanders pulling off that upset. And I gotta say, and let's talk about that NFC game first. I gotta say, if I'm the Rams or Eagles, I'm saying you see the Lions go down, it's almost like, okay, this is like probably a deep cut for a lot of people. But this was there's a movie, a Will Smith movie, Ali.
Yeah,
you got Will Smith, Jamie Foxx. You got a lot of good actors in that film, and they depict a lot of stuff in Ali's life. And then I think it was. I don't want to speak too quick now because it was a fight that he's supposed to have with a top boxer. I forget his name that quick. And he was like basically because Ali stepped away from fighting for some time. There's a long story with that. But the other guy, all he had to do was win his next fight, and it'll be a rematch with him and Ali. And Ali's watching the fight, and that top contender, my boxing card's gonna be pulled because someone's gonna say, "You idiot, you know his name," but that top contender gets knocked out by George Foreman, right? And Ali, like when it happens, everyone in the room is like, "Oh shoot!" Like they just knocked out the champ. Like, and that's kind of how it looked today for the Lions with the Rams and the Eagles. They're like, "Okay, we're expecting to fight, to play against the Lions if we win this game." Oh, they got knocked out. Like, and with the Rams and the Eagles, their whole thing is like, let's win this game because we're going to host the NFC title game, and I like our chances to beat this young Commanders team to go to the Super Bowl, right? Yeah. So we got the Rams and the Eagles. Now, before this game, I was saying, okay, Eagles likely will win the game. Right now, the line is Eagles is favored by 6.5. That's the line, minus 6.5. What do you think with this game? At Eagles, they're favored by just under a touchdown against the Rams.
So I actually, since last week, looking at some different looking at some different sports shows and stuff, and just really looking at the numbers and how well the Rams literally have been playing these last couple games. I've been saying it from the beginning, man. Even with Saquon and everything, they're great. I don't trust the Eagles, man. I don't trust Jalen Hurts. And listen, if the Rams catch the Eagles on a bad day, the Rams are winning that game. Like, the Rams have been there. They're finally healthy again. You got cut back. I think the Rams might take that.
Real quick, my Ali reference, it was Joe Frazier. Anyway,
Joe Frazier. Yes.
And young George Foreman knocked out Frazier, and Ali was like, "Oh dang, like he got knocked out." So I'm gonna face this other guy. But anyway, so you think that the Rams are like Jay is saying the Rams are hot right now. So with the line being under a touchdown, and I'm gonna start doing this on my Sil Abdul Sports account again. I'm gonna throw these lines up probably tomorrow, but.
We're live on the RTP Sports channel, by the way, today. First time.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up, man.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Like I said, we're gonna have plenty to talk about. We'll kind of get into like how our content will go overall, with night views going forward. So for sure. So with this Eagles line, again, okay. The question with the Eagles. Are they who's the best team? You line both these teams up just head to head. The Eagles, I thought, was even more talented than the Lions. I just thought the Eagles, every position, they could potentially have all pro level. Now, Jalen Hurts, though, when you talk about the quarterback, right now, Hurts or Goff. Like, I kind of would trust Goff more right now because Jalen Hurts, he pissing off all his receivers. I don't know the play calling. I don't understand. I think you should give the reins to Saquon more. I think, in my opinion, more.
It goes back to what I was saying about the Lions. What's your identity? Are you throwing? Are you gonna run it out the box? Like what is it that you want to do? And since the beginning of the season, I felt like with the Eagles, I have my issues with Jalen Hurts, but it's just in general, it's like we don't know what their scheme is. And to be honest with you, you're saying, you trust Goff right now. I mean, at this point, I mean, mind you, we're coming off of the win, me saying this, but Daniels, at points, I think I trust Daniels more than I trust Hurts.
Oh yeah, no, right now, Jaden Daniels, I think he. That's what you want your quarterback to look like in pressure. Now, again, you're playing with house money right now. We'll see next year, and going forward when that pressure, because there's no pressure on Jaden Daniels right now. But yeah, I agree with you though. Yeah, you want that poise that Daniels has.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But with the Eagles, so like I said, they should really highlight Saquon more. Then run your offense through him, play action to A.J. Brown up the field, or what's the other guy they got on the other side, Smith, as well. They got weapons, so they can put up points at any time. But I think a lot of people are looking at last week, the Eagles, when they played the Packers, and their offense just looked stagnant and ugly. And it starts with the quarterback. So it's like I don't trust Hurts right now. That's really where I'm at. On the Rams side, Matthew Stafford is one of my favorite quarterbacks ever. I just think he makes every throw. He's a champion. They got crazy weapons over there, Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp, Kyron Williams. They got weapons, the Rams, and they got a really good defense as well too. Their defense looked really good against the Vikings, who in themselves have a lot of weapons. So against the line. If I'm putting currency on this, I'm taking the points with the Rams because I think at the very least, if they do lose, it'll be less than a touchdown or they'll outright win.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, man. I right now, here's the thing, right? So when I saw that game last week against the Packers with the Eagles, and they had a little bit of a lead, and then they just sat Saquon. I'm like, man, this is playoff time. Like, this is time for you to bulldoze through all these teams. Why is Saquon on the side not, just finishing off the game for you? And you're putting you're putting more pressure on your quarterback to make that perfect play towards the end of the game. And I mean, like tomorrow, I better not see Saquon, halfway through the fourth quarter on the sidelines. They need to if they're gonna win, they need to win. Like they need to go out there and play ball. And it's just like I don't get that from them, man.
Yeah, I think obviously both teams was heightened to play this game already. But like I said, with that Joe Frazier situation going on, where like the contender has been knocked out, the Lions are out. So they got to be thinking this game. Whoever wins this game, like we're likely going to go to the Super Bowl. Like that's how this game has raised up, because again, the Commanders is house money. The kids are out there to play. It's fall. It's just a new experience. They got to be thinking, are we going to smack the Commanders? Whoever wins this game, like you know what I mean. So I think with that being said, again, Stafford and these Rams, they've won a Super Bowl. I know it's a new iteration of that team. This is a Super Bowl winning team. The Eagles made it there, but they didn't. They didn't cross the finish line. So I got, like I said, if we're talking about currency, I gotta say I'll put this on the Rams, knowing they gotta know that coaching staff, all the McVay and all them, they gotta know like we win this game, we're hosting the title game to go to the Super Bowl, and we're going to whoop these young Commanders next week. So I'm going with the Rams. Yeah, I'm definitely going with the Rams from this game.
And you say like they had a different team. I think this team that the Rams have now, healthy, is better than the teams they won the freaking Super Bowl with, because they have more overall weapons.
Better weapons, and I know people, they will look at that old Rams team and be like, well, okay, you got probably the greatest interior lineman ever, Aaron Donald. Yeah. Yes, but you had old man version. That wasn't peak Aaron Donald. I know he made the play to win the freaking Super Bowl still, but he sacked Burrow in the last play of the game to win it. But you got a better defense now with these Rams, and now you have Puka Nacua, who's a top 5 receiver right now. Second year in the league, and then you got a better running back now. Kyron Williams is an All-Pro level, and
you have a healthy Kupp again as well. Like
you got Kupp, who doesn't have to do everything anymore.
Yep.
And like I said, Stafford, he's your pro's pro. He can make every throw. He's a gunslinger. He's a smart quarterback. He could be a little risky sometimes, though. But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to take those chances. But it all comes down to this. I'm just gonna, like I say, I always have a hidden bias behind everything. It all comes down to this, because like we're gonna talk about the AFC in a moment. If my boy in the AFC don't take out Mahomes, I think Stafford and the Rams could take out Mahomes in the Super Bowl. So I trust them. So who do you think will have a better chance against the Chiefs, the Rams or the Eagles in the Super Bowl? I'm going with the Rams.
Oh yeah,
I think the Rams have the better chance.
I think it'll be a walk in the park if the Eagles are going up against the Chiefs, man. Like, and that's saying something, because they like we've been saying all season, they got one of the best running backs in the freaking league in Saquon Barkley, but it's just like you still don't trust him. You don't trust him.
I don't trust Hurts.
Yeah,
I don't trust Hurts. That's just really what it comes. I don't trust Jalen Hurts.
And look, to be honest with you, I think the biggest game tomorrow, as much as I'm excited to see the Eagles and the Rams play, that Baltimore and Bills game, because I think if Baltimore goes up against the Chiefs, I think they can take them. Especially now, from how Baltimore was in the beginning of the season, when they first played against the Chiefs, they were still trying to figure out. Remember, we were talking about it. Why isn't the King running the ball more? What is Lamar really trying to do? Is he trying to run? Is he trying to pass? I feel like right now Baltimore's at a place where they know what they want to do. So if they get a chance to play against the Chiefs, I think who's stopping Henry? That's my question on the Chiefs.
Let's get into that game then, because like I said, I think we all choosing the Rams. Even the chat choosing the Rams. We got Peely, Mr. J, everyone's choosing the Rams. So I think the Rams gonna have that extra juice tomorrow. It's gonna be something in the air tomorrow where they're like, oh dang, like we win this, we going to the Super Bowl. I don't care. Yeah. Next week we playing to go to the Super Bowl. But AFC side, probably the biggest game, I'm trying to think in recent years. When I say biggest game, I'm talking about You got two quarterbacks at peak level,
MVP caliber, fighting
MVP
for that.
seasons at the same time. Like it's not like history stuff. And
yeah.
At the same, they're at the peak of their powers right now. Facing only one can continue and slay the Chiefs. Right.
This is the Superman versus Batman game, pretty much.
Ravens and Bills. I mean, the Ravens. We've been saying. I feel for 2 seasons now. I've been saying like, man, the Ravens are so talented, but just those big games, just something happens to them. And then with the Bills, it's literally just they can't beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. Yeah. The Bills figured out to beat the Chiefs in the regular season for years now. Yep. They cannot put it together in the playoffs. So the Bills is like, man, if we just get another shot. Last year, the Bills in the divisional round, they had the Chiefs on the ropes. And then Diggs was getting all mad at Josh Allen in the middle of the game and stopped running routes. It was just the craziest thing I ever seen. I'm like, y'all have them. Yeah. And it's like Diggs like stopped running routes. I was like, oh my God, bro. So like this is what Josh Allen got to deal with.
Ain't that crazy though? 2 of the top quarterbacks in the league lose their top receivers. Chiefs, Mahomes losing Hill. And the Bills and Josh Allen losing Diggs are now in contention to have another shot at a Super Bowl without their top receiver. Like that to me is speaking volumes of these players in the league right now.
It tells you a few things because I think if your quarterback is ready, then you're going to do what I always said back in the day with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. You make your receivers better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so where it gets to the point where you cap casualties, you can't keep, I think they kept Reggie Wayne back then. But with Brady, they couldn't keep, different receivers or they couldn't keep Randy Moss at a certain time. But you still can make these receivers, better. And so Josh Allen has reached that point.
Yeah.
And I think he really reached it over like a year ago. And he was kind of stuck with Diggs out there pouting and stuff. So it's like really 2 years ago. So and I think Lamar, he's always done it. I mean, people forget. Lamar has never – this is his first all-pro receiver this season, Zay Flowers.
It's nuts to think about.
He's never had an all-pro receiver. To
think he has a great running back behind him as well. It's even crazier.
Yeah. So with the Bills, Bills and Ravens, the line right now is Ravens are favored just by 1.5.
What?
So this is a pick 'em. Now this is at the Bills, that's saying something. The Ravens even being favored on the road, but it's still virtually a pick 'em game. Like this is a game. I'm not touching this with currency from here a mile long. This is not a game
player props, straight player props.
Yeah, this is not a game you say, now unless you're a homer, you got Peely, he's gonna put his money on the Bills no matter what. But do not touch this game.
Ain't it snowing out there too?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty,
it's gonna
be a winter type game. This is a Derrick Henry game.
This
is a Derrick Henry game.
That's gonna be a crazy game to watch, guys.
But like I said, still you have these quarterbacks. You get peak of their abilities, kind of same skill set, but Josh Allen will run over you. Lamar will run around you, right? So, and Lamar, he's become a better passer right before our eyes. Like I remember about 4 years ago where it was a one read run, check down, run, now it's like he sit back there for about 10 seconds, buying time, and then he hit
in the pocket,
what I'm saying? So he is a complete weapon. He deserved the MVP last year. This year he's got better stats than everyone in the league. I think he should win it again. I just think Lamar should win it. But Josh Allen, like you said, addition by subtraction, you get rid of Diggs, you shed money on defense too. People forget that. The Bills, this isn't the best version. Their best version of the team was a couple of years ago.
Yep.
This isn't the best, but this is all Josh Allen right now. So, hey man, I know
Von Miller's been hurt.
He's like a situational player now, but just when it comes down to it, man, someone has to win, man. So who you pick? It's a virtual no pick, like I said on Still Sports. I'm not recommending anyone put money on this game, but if we're just picking, who are you picking for this game?
I mean, personally, I would love to see Derrick Henry, take it. all the way. He's had to deal with the Titans for so long. He's finally on a contender team, and this is his time. And it's like you're saying also, it's also Lamar's time to get that MVP, man. Like he's it's not only that he's had a great season, he's had a historical season. He's had a historical season this year. And that, to me, as great as Josh Allen has been, it's history, man. And I feel like Lamar, I think honestly, win or lose, I think Lamar's winning that MVP. But yeah, no, I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens, man. I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens. But like, as a like, I'm going with the Ravens, but I won't be surprised if the Bills win, type of thing.
So you kind of hedging your bet. I see. But with this game, like I said, with it being I guess Peely saying it's 8 degrees out there, and like I said, it's snow. They got their plow in the snow as we speak, probably. And it's a marquee game. It's rare you have those games where every possession we're going to be watching, like I don't know. I may strike up a watch party. I don't know yet,
okay.
But this is a game. This is must see TV, even though it's snow and stuff. But just what does it come down to? Okay, like I said, Josh Allen. I know he got Amari Cooper, but Amari Cooper, he's past his prime. Like that's not. He's Josh Allen's working in young receivers, Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, the rookie. He has a good tight end though. He does Kincaid has his moments. He has a couple of tight ends actually.
His running back is
James Cook. This could be a good James Cook game. He shows that he can get down and dirty with it. And like I said,
James
Josh
Cook
Allen
versus Henry game will be crazy.
And like I said, and Josh Allen, like I said, he's not afraid. Like he's kind of saved his body all year. For Haley Steinfeld, but for now,
you think we'll see her tomorrow? Like we saw Taylor Swift 20 times today.
I don't think she needs to shine. Like I don't think she needs to spotlight. I'm so tired of Taylor Swift. That's another reason why the Chiefs need to lose. You got,
bro. It's like every time, and then of course you had Kelsey. Having a great.
Caitlin Clark was up there too. That was cool. It was cool to see Caitlin Clark in the booth. But I was tired of seeing Taylor Swift. That's just Kelsey went off though. I mean, like I said, it's the Illuminati. Okay, that's what it is. Kelsey is past his prime. All of a sudden, he's looking like old school Antonio Gates out there. Like he's out there just balling on people. But it's like nah. But with this though, with this game, like I said, I think. It's still going to be a good passing game because I don't think it's going to be like a downpour of snow during the game. So the passing game will still play a factor. I give the passing game the edge to the Ravens with the passing game. Now with the running game, like you said, both quarterbacks can run. Both quarterbacks have, a running back that can, again, get in the trenches. But I got to give a running game edge to the Ravens as well, too, because I think they're more dynamic. And Derrick, this is a Derrick Henry game.
Yeah.
Like this is a game where you can see the snow coming down and Derrick Henry is like busting through two people and you know what I mean? Like
that old school 2000, early 2000s, like rock music playing, snow coming down, rain, all that.
This is the difference. I think both quarterbacks are going to do what they need to do. I think they're going to, Zay Flowers, I think will be back. I forget if they said he'll be back for sure,
I'll check
or he may not. He may actually not be back for this game. But the way the passing game has gone for the Ravens, it almost doesn't matter who's out there. That's how good Lamar has gotten as a passer. So I say the passing game could. If Zay Flowers is not out there, I'll give it a tie for the passing game. For the running game, I got to give it to it's Josh Allen and Cook versus Lamar and Derrick Henry. I gotta go with Derrick. Which side has Derrick Henry? Which side has this generation's Bo Jackson? That's what Derrick Henry is. This dude is ridiculous, man. And this is a perfect game. It's going to be as close as this line is saying. I think just the team that has the ball last will likely win the game. I think that would be the Ravens running out the clock with Derrick Henry. So
they have Zay Flowers listed as doubtful for tomorrow.
Yeah, so he's not playing. Doubtful. Yeah. He's pretty much not playing. So
I wouldn't play him in that cold weather, man. I'll save him for the Super Bowl.
and like I said, it's like you don't. I'm not saying you don't need, like, obviously he's been voted as an all-pro. Like he is an all-pro receiver, but you got Bateman, You know, you
Andrews.
got Andrews is like as good of a tight end as anyone in the game right now. So likely he's a good second.
Likely,
Really he's like a hybrid receiver tight end. But so Lamar's gonna be fine with the passing game, just like Josh Allen. He's gonna be fine. One of those young guys is gonna step up and make a play for Josh Allen. I just think it comes down to the run game.
Yeah, but also what Baltimore really has that the Bills don't is also a player like Justice Hill, where he's that number 2 running back, but he can also be
change of pace.
Yeah, he can be that receiver on the side. The little screen passes that he loves running that with Justice Hill, and that's huge. That's huge, especially against. You're going up against Derrick Henry all the time, and then all of a sudden you throw Hill out there, and it's like a scheme that they could kind of work in.
Now, this is my caveat, though, because like I said, you hedged your bet, so I can hedge mine too.
Yeah,
so
go ahead,
now saying, now first of all, like I said, I'm favoring the Ravens. Again, because I think it's going to come down Lamar, Henry, Josh Allen, Cook. I'm taking the one with the big nasty weapon, Henry, right? But if we are early in this game, if it's like, okay, why aren't they running Derrick Henry? Then it's time to start blaming the coaching for the Ravens.
No.
You saved Derrick Henry all season. We've talked about this all year. We say, okay, I understand you want to preserve him for the playoffs, right? This is the playoffs now.
I better see reels of us talking about this all night view season long.
I want 30 carries, Derrick Henry, because I think the Bills, they're going to run Cook, 20, 25 times. Allen's going to run the ball probably 10 times.
Yep.
Throw everything you have in the kitchen sink. And as Peely said, Keon Coleman, the rookie receiver for the Bills, he can make plays, and I think he's going to make plays. I just think it's going to come down to the running game. And if the Ravens are smart, they can jump on them early and again run them to submission with Derrick Henry.
But you see, with that, I trust the Ravens to do that more. And going across the pond over here, looking at the Eagles, I don't trust them to do that with Saquon, which to me, the type of season that he's having compared to Derrick Henry is like, why wouldn't you push to keep having Barkley out there?
Let me ask you this, because I know it was a game or two where they were winning and they kind of laid off Saquon. Now, I don't know if I've watched the Eagles games as closely maybe as you have, but was it in the thick of the battle they set Saquon? Or
there's a lot of times where it's like, why are we not running the ball? Why are we forcing Hurts to throw the ball at this point?
Feel like, hey, we got weapons too. Hey man, I'm ready for a good game. My popcorn's gonna be ready, bro. I can't wait. Can't wait for that game tomorrow. But it comes down to these teams. Obviously it's about the quarterback and your overall talent and stuff like that. But it's coaching too, man. We saw that again with this Lions game.
And I think that's what's wrong with the Eagles with that whole situation. Because like I'm saying, we were just talking about, there will be times where you should be gunning this ball through. They cannot Saquon literally will get 2 touchdowns in a row, and then all of a sudden they'll just be like, all right, that's enough, Saquon. Go sit down, relax. And it's like, bro, it's playoff time. Why aren't we running up these teams?
Yeah,
you're forcing Hurts into turnovers.
I missed I think the second half of the Packers game last week, which I wish I would have watched in all its glory, seeing the Packers lose. But thanks to us, we kind of threw them off before the playoffs. So that was past ourselves in the back, Bears. But I didn't see Barkley's numbers last week, but did they pull him back last week? That's what happened.
Midway through the fourth quarter.
That was a close game. Yeah,
midway through the fourth quarter, which is crazy to me.
That was a close. That was too close to be doing that, because the passing game was not good last week, and you lean on Saquon. So coaching is a factor. That's why it's I have no doubts or reservations about the Rams. That's Super Bowl level coaching over there, and then they have all the other weapons. With the Ravens side, that's just the only question is the Derrick Henry thing, and hate or love the Chiefs, they have Super Bowl coaching, over there. So they do what they have to do to win the game. Which
that is going to be the key factor before the Super Bowl. Whoever plays against the Chiefs is the coaching going to outcoach the Chiefs.
Because see, this was crazy though. because I know we getting ahead to next week, which we'll be back next week too, y'all, for that game. But
we just excited, y'all.
You only can help but look ahead. This Ravens, how big this Ravens Bills game is I think both teams has a formula to beat the Chiefs.
Yes,
that's the thing. That's crazy
yes.
about this. It's like with the Bills, they already know how to beat the Chiefs. It's like it makes no sense. Like they already know how to beat them. It's just doing it in the playoffs, right? And then with the Ravens, if they play the Chiefs, the first 10 plays should be runs. Lamar run through them, because they can't stop you. So it's like both teams has what it takes. So that's why it's like I'm excited for this game because whoever wins, because again, I want the Chiefs to lose. Okay. So whoever wins this game, I'm still like, oh, yeah, they can take out the Chiefs the next game too, no matter what.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at, man. So interesting game tomorrow. The Ravens scare me more than the Chiefs. Interesting. Yeah, and see, Peely's a Bills fan. So like I said, the Bills already know how to beat that. It's a crazy setup this year for these playoffs because, it's going to be very interesting. Whoever wins this game, next week's going to be crazy because I think that team has what it takes to take down the champs.
All I'm saying is, please, whoever plays the Chiefs next week, do not pull a Houston, man. Like we want like how this last game was. Like we want it to be gung ho, like edge of our seat all game long. Touchdown for touchdown. I don't want to. Yeah, come on. Ain't no 6-3 to halftime. Get out of here with that, man. That's pretty much how the Chiefs' season been. It's been those close field goal games, and all of a sudden Mahomes has 2 touchdowns and they win the game. Like, nah, I don't want. That's boring.
Yeah, you gotta put points up against the Chiefs. Now, like I said, I think both these teams can. The Bills, or Ravens can. So, and then for whatever reason, if they get caught slipping next week as well, all my trust is in the Rams. Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, and the Rams take care of these Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That'd be even more glorious if they fall in the Super Bowl. So, what I'm saying? But interesting stuff. We'll see next week, tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow.
That would be crazy. The LA Rams, right? Mm-hmm. If they win, then you got Kendrick Lamar performing at the halftime show. I think that's like a shoe-in like storybook ending right there. Hey, I don't know.
It's gonna be a great Super Bowl. Definitely, no matter what with that. Because I think as long as the Rams make it, if the Eagles make it, like if the Eagles win tomorrow, then I low key want to see the Commanders just do a Cinderella run.
Yes.
I would kind of love to see it, because we never seen a rookie quarterback.
But I can see that happening. I could see Washington beating the Eagles.
I think they could beat the Eagles.
I don't trust them. I don't at all. And how Robinson was running today, if he keeps running that ball, and Eckler, shout out to Eckler, second game back off a big injury all season. He had a big 40-yard run, man. Watch out. They
made some plays, man. So, I mean, like I said, the Commanders, I know we're treating them like the little bros out here because they are, it's all house money. But I just think if they face the Rams are just, again, everything about them feels like just championship level. And they're healthy. And with the Eagles, the Eagles get caught slipping. And I think the Chiefs would definitely beat the Eagles if they was in the Super Bowl as well. So interesting stuff. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow with night views. We're making this the ultimate post game show. We're trying to hit y'all react immediately after these big games and really going forward. And me and Carlos, we probably really didn't talk enough about plans going forward. But like I said, after the Bills Ravens, I don't know. I may be live during the game. I don't know, but definitely after the game, we're gonna do our instant reaction of both games tomorrow. And then going forward for night views, we wanted to work in some basketball coverage and NBA, college. And I was trying to find the best way to kind of nail down when to do it. And I think the best thing, and me and Carlos will kind of communicate more about this, but I want to target kind of the big games, the big nights where maybe on TNT there's a huge matchup that we just can't miss. So I'll probably hit you up like, bro, let's go live let's react after this. Right. And then, like, if it's like some big college basketball games, like there was the USC UConn game earlier this year. Be like, yo, bro, let's react right. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be really dynamic. I think how we're going to approach this. going forward. Obviously, the Super Bowl, we got to work in some kind of coverage for that. As well. Though I'll probably be at a Super Bowl party, but I'll do it from my phone or something. Like we gotta put something on Night Views, for that. But so that's kind of the approach. We want to do. We're making more of like a post game reaction, instant reaction type of thing for Night Views, and do it for different types of sports. So I just wanted to kind of run that by you, and definitely on all the platforms. We're on the Night Views channel on YouTube. We're gonna get a lot more active over there for y'all. I know we had a little layoff towards the end of the NFL season, but we retooled. We back. We're on the Sub Dual Sports Twitter account as well. Much love to y'all. We're gonna again keep the activity up and Carlos platforms as well too. So we'll just kind of leave it there. Big games tomorrow, man. I'm gonna get rested up because I'm gonna be really excited for both games.
What time is the first game tomorrow?
First game, I think it's like 5 or something like that. Let me see. I just had it. 3.
3. Oh wow. Okay, they play early tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a little earlier than usual. So that's gonna be interesting tomorrow. Good. Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna be here. Like I said, it's gonna be the Rams Eagles, and then we'll be live right after the Ravens-Bills game. We'll jump in for the
that game actually starts at 6:30 if I'm not mistaken. So that one's it's not an 8 o'clock game tomorrow. So it's 6:30 game.
So it'll be a little earlier. Yeah. So because the first game's at 3, next game's at 6. Yeah. So we'll be live after that. We'll talk to you more after that. React to the conference finals will be locked by that time, and then like I said, going forward. If there's any big matchups with basketball, college, NBA, whatever, we'll make sure we communicate.
WNBA too. Don't forget them guys. You guys got to check them out.
When they got that new what's that league? Unrivaled, that 3-on-3 women's.
Oh
league.
Yes.
That's already going on. I got to talk to the marketing people for that because don't put it during the NFL playoffs, y'all.
Yeah.
You want us to watch these games? Yeah, like what?
Yeah, what's going on?
Like what are we doing? On? Like y'all could have waited like a week after the conference play. Yeah. This could have been scheduled at any time, but not right now. Like don't do that right now. But I definitely want to support the women's game, because they balling, man. They out there balling, and they got some of the top players from the WNBA in that. So we'll try to catch that again. I'm really going to dictate just if it's a big matchup, we want to be there to react to that. Cool. So it won't be every single game, every single NBA night. It isn't warranting instant reaction, but if it's like like when OKC played the Cavs, like that was a pretty good.
That was big,
That was a good one to kind of react to afterwards.
Juju playing against
anytime Juju plays like a top, especially if she played.
That was a great
we're getting close to March Madness. I know it's still a couple months, but that's gonna be interesting days. Like if we're available, if there's like some big games. So that's really kind of how I'm looking at Night Views. Is like again instant reaction to some games that we're all watching and we all want to talk about immediately. You know what I'm saying? After it's over. So we're going to slide on out of here for myself. Still Abdul. We got CeeLos from RTP. We'll be back tomorrow, man. Hopefully your team wins or not. I don't know. We out.